The minority in Parliament is calling for the arrest and prosecution of Environment Minister Professor Frimpong Boateng over the missing excavators. They say it's not enough that the Central Regional Vice Chairman of the NPP is the only one who has been arrested. Minority spokesperson on mines, Adam Mutawakilu, says the minister breached the Mining Act when he gave the NPP vice chairperson the responsibility to move the excavators because the law says it should have been the police. He thus wants the minister to face the law. He's also alleging NPP General Secretary and Ashanti Regional Chairman are involved in the illegal business and should also be arrested.
I always refer to last year when the issue of this Galamsey was heated up, and I said the president's fight against Galamsey was a ploy to get rid of the ordinary Ghanaian who uses hoe and cutlasses to mine, and to pave way for big wigs of the party to take over the illegal mining, or what we call Galamsey. Now, today we are talking about the vanishing of excavators and matters arising. First, let me discuss the excavators. If you follow the Minerals and Mining Act, as amended in 2015 under President Mahama, Section 99(5) is clear as to where a seized excavator or confiscated excavator should be put. It stated clearly that when equipment or products, product means semi-processed gold or other mineral, should be kept under the custody of the police. And in this case, the law was put aside, and the minister, Professor Frimpong Boateng, decided to have his own law as to where the excavators should be put, because of the intention to ensure that these excavators get vanished for their own selfish interests, because they themselves are involved. Two, Section 99(7) of the same Minerals and Mining Act as amended in 2015 indicated what should be done to the confiscated equipment. And what is it? That within 60 days, the minister should distribute or allocate this to public institutions and gazette it for the public to have full knowledge of where each of this equipment is gone to. As we speak, Professor hasn't implemented it. Now, we now know that the big wigs included the General Secretary of NPP, the Regional Chairman of the Ashanti Regional Chairman of NPP, Wuntumi, Charles Bisu, even the minister himself, all have concessions. And some of the confiscated excavators, it's not only excavators, but included SUVs and pickups. And some of the MPs even have some of the pickups, MPs from the other side. And that is quite embarrassing. Then, if you breach the law, and somebody takes advantage of you breaching the law to also breach the law, then you arrest that person. If the minister had kept this excavated under the custody of the police, he's following the law. But in this case, he didn't follow the law. And as a result, constituency chairman, regional chairman now have the opportunity to take part in the vanishing and sale of this excavator. Who do you arrest?
Should the police be investigating Frimpong Boateng and
he should be the one. He should be the one who should be arrested for, first of all, breaching the law and paving the way for others. So the first culprit is the minister, because he should have known the law. And that is why he had directors and technical people under the ministry who are supposed to advise him. And the amendment was submitted by the ministries, which we amended. So they should have full knowledge of where the excavators should go. So clearly, arresting these people, they are not the culprits. The culprits is the minister and his other big ways, like the National General Secretary of the opposition NPP.
Adam Mutuakilu there speaking to Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, our parliamentary affairs correspondent, who joins us on the line with more. Hello, Joseph. Joseph, if you do hear me, we have heard Adam Mutuakilu's argument on which basis he calls for the arrest of some executive of the NPP. Does he tell you whether or not the party intends to push this further, or they'll just leave it at speaking to the media?
For now, he says that mainly what they are doing, apart from plans that they have in the offing, to summon the minister himself to come respond to questions as far as this excavator issue is concerned, except that it doesn't give the specific timelines on when they are hoping to do that. But he says they'll be using the necessary parliamentary procedures to interrogate the issue at the level of the plenary of Parliament and even at the level of the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament.
Have these concerns that they're raising and these requests that they're making for the arrest of these persons been made known to the majority in Parliament, and do they respond?
Well, they, on the other side, just make the point that the minority MPs know what to do. If it's about drawing attention of the police, they could probably get through to them officially, so that then whatever action that they would want to undertake, then they undertake. But for those on the majority side, they say they're only hanging on until they initiate what they say would be any of those formal procedures that they would want to activate. Before then, they would get a direct response from them.
Do they present any evidence, though?
Mutuakilu doesn't, except to draw attention to some of the videos that have been making rounds on social media that have allegedly had the Minister for Environment and other MPP officials making a comment here and there as some of the evidence that they think is on that basis that they are raising the issues with the alleged legal act. They say everything is virtually on the face of it. In fact, Mutuakilu makes the point that for quite a long time now, they've been drawing attention to the role that Professor Frimpong Boateng has allegedly been playing in the illegal mining business, which a lot of people have ignored, he said. And for him, this is the time for the president to act and ensure that even beyond his call for the police to take action against the Minister for Environment, he said he wants to get a situation where the president will show that he abhors corruption as he's claimed over the years and dismissed him, the Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. And in fact, Mr. Mutuakilu has been drawing in the Minister for Land and Natural Resources as well, Kukros Macheme, and say someone that should also additionally be fired by the president, even as he makes the demand that the police arrest Professor Frimpong Boateng. He wants him as well to be dismissed by the president as well as the Land and Natural Resources.
We'll wait for evidence and we'll wait for their actions to follow those words. But, Joseph, this is certainly not something that was raised on the floor of Parliament, was it?
No, it didn't come up on the floor of Parliament.
Tell us what did.
No, it didn't come up on the floor of Parliament. This was an issue that he raised in an interaction with the media outside the main chamber.